My Aunt B sat down with us and said, "Hey, Daddy's gone." I remember I ran upstairs and I put on his dress shoes and laid in his bed. Because it all still smelled like him.
There were approximately 4 to 5 officers that responded to the scene. They observed Miss Smithy on the front porch, grasping her left lower abdomen with a bloody towel. She was hysterical, frantic. 2 officers made their way into the master bedroom, where they observed Mr. Klein lying on the floor, nude. He had a gunshot wound on his chest and the right side of his shoulder. Anita Smithy was ultimately transported in an ambulance. She was taken for the injury to the left side of her abdomen, and she ultimately came back to the police department voluntarily to participate in an interview.
All right. This is Detective DePanis.
How you doing? Hi. Nice to meet you.
We're just trying to corroborate what you told us with what we're looking at the scene and making sure everything is correct.
She told us that she was at her house when Mr. Klein arrived at her residence.
And then he showed up at the door. He actually came in. He let himself in.
So the salacious side of the story is that Anita Smithy and Robert Klein were having sexual trysts, even though they weren't living together.
And then I get up and go get in the shower and tell him he needs to go home.
She claims that Mr. Klein begins questioning her about whether or not she was having extramarital affairs with other men.
All of a sudden, he's got this knife, and I didn't know where it came from.
She said he held her to her throat and began questioning her about if she had another boyfriend.
And that's when he really started having sex with me. I mean, he started having violent sex with me. At that point, he turns around because, like, when we have sex, we use coconut oil, like, as a lubricant. He turned around to grab it, and I could see his back. And that's when I went and I got the gun out of the side. It was in my nightstand.
She then sticks it in Mr. Klein's chest and basically tells him to get off of her.
I was holding the gun like this, and I just had no intentions of actually shooting him, and I just did.
This call will be recorded